Netflix. They drop these gems every now and again. Yeah, y'all check out the Aaron Hernandez documentary.
Oh, yeah, I checked it out, man. The second you sent it to me, I was kind of thinking about trying it out, but when you were like pressuring me to watch, I was like, all right, I gotta get on it. It must be good.
Because I had made it to the end of that first episode. There's only 3 episodes. It's like three different parts. I ain't gonna say episodes. It's 3 parts, about an hour long, hour and a half, like each part.
So let me start with, was there anything new information that you guys found out in this?
Hell yes.
So there was new information, but then after getting this information, some of that, what I thought was new information, has been put into question.
Mm-hmm.
Which is?
The gay lover.
The gay lovers.
Yeah. Multiple.
Lover.
Multiple.
Well, there really wasn't. The one dude who said he was his quarterback, come to find out, somebody else posted that wasn't the quarterback in high school.
It don't matter. So, did they have a relationship or not?
But Aaron Hernandez isn't here to speak for himself. But how do we know that's true?
Yeah.
This kid could have got up there and said that he was gay, and there's nothing that you can do to thwart that to say that this man was gay.
Nobody came and like backed him up and said the opposite neither, though.
I mean, but the only people that knew about these, I don't know. Did his brother's book out him as being gay?
His brother's book said he was assaulted.
His lawyer was right there, and his lawyer, who was a gay man, like he backed that up too.
How? That's what the lawyer did to back it up. I don't recall the lawyer back.
I don't think he could out him.
I don't think the lawyer backed them up. I know they had a controversy whether they was going to bring out this information and then how it was going to get brought up. I don't know.
But the lawyer who said like that's the way he kind of like downplayed it by him being that way. Like he's like, this ain't the way to bring somebody out.
Who knows? God rest a man's soul.
Yeah, it was in poor taste to me. I think it was in poor taste the entire outing him about being gay.
Hey, I understand what I'm gonna just take it back for a second.
Go ahead.
But what you just said, that God rest his soul, man. Hey, I ain't the one to judge. I ain't the one that's ain't my job. But I ain't about to wish him nothing off the allegations that he left this world with.
Yeah, I mean, he was a convicted murderer. So let's get that out the way first. Like, so while he had some demons, and we can go through it step by step as far as the CTE. Does the CTE part make you feel?
No.
Man, that was a big ass hole in his head.
No.
It don't make you feel any type of way about his erratic behavior.
No. That CTE thing. No, I'm not a drinker of the CTE Kool-Aid.
Come on. We had Chris Benoit, the wrestler. Remember, he went out there and murdered his whole family because of it. All the little headbutts and stuff that he was doing. CTE before it was a thing. I know that's a different sport, but
we will make any excuse we want for somebody doing crazy shit. But anything that we can lie.
Junior Seau.
Okay, so what happened to? And I'm not trying to be insensitive. So the airmen that killed themselves, we had more airmen kill themselves in the Air Force this year than ever any other year. How many of them got CTE? It's just a sickness, man. It's a sickness. And when you start looking at how many people have played football in their life or played in the NFL, we go over these notable people say, well, they killed themselves because of CTE. That's crap, man. When you kill yourself, first off, I've never killed myself. I never plan on killing myself. I don't want to kill myself.
I think you're going down the wrong path. I ain't talking about him killing himself. I'm saying like the irrational behavior that he had.
Associating the suicide to CTE. All these people that you're labeling have killed themselves, and they're saying CTE is what leading these people to kill themselves. Junior Seau.
Into that, you say, Prez?
I say, no, that's not what we're doing. We're saying they have irrational behavior that eventually leads them into some type of paranoia where they actually like goes and do something completely irrational. We don't know where they was at the time. They're doing something completely irrational out of character.
You did not watch the documentary, nor have you paid any attention to what they talk about with CTE. Prince.
The whole thing, what he said, they killed themselves. It was the girl on the radio.
CTE.
It was him hearing that. They was about to out him as
a gay
suicide.
Man.
Yeah.
Suicide is what they're saying. CTE is pushing these professional football players to suicide. That's why they kept bringing up Junior Seau.
Because they don't know how to deal. They saying like it is a problem that we need to address, and we need to like they're not getting the help that they need because everybody is in denial. It's not that they're killing themselves. It's because the help is not there. Once you start getting these people to help and realize that they're going to go through all these different emotions and stuff and actually letting them work on their mental, which shout Shout out to Marshawn Lynch. Gave a real good speech past week ago on that. Just
Take care of them chickens.
Take care of your chicken. Take care of your mental.
What I'm saying is, what I got from it, what I'm looking at it, is they're tying CTE to suicide. Did you get into that?
No, I got a little bit of both because I didn't read into it being suicide. What I got from it was the erratic behavior, and that can lead in extreme circumstances to suicide. So what I mean by that is look at the shit that has gone on in your life, your personal life, to where it could have fucked up somebody, the average person without CTE. You add on CTE, you add on being raped, you add on, they alluded to his father being a real.
They didn't deny that he beat his wife.
Right. They alluded to his father being abusive.
But they saying they lead all this stuff.
But that's in a normal. Just say I'm a normal kid without CTE. I've gone through all of that in my life.
That's enough to fuck you up.
That's enough to fuck you up. And on top of that, I am gay, or I am bisexual, so to speak. I don't want people to know. These are a lot of things that are piling up on top of it. I don't think CTE is the end all be all, but I think everything, when you tie all of those things together in his life, or people like him who grow up in not disadvantaged backgrounds, but just complicated family structures, then you do have certain things to where CTE does play a factor. It's not the end all be all to me. And that isn't anything to absolve him of what he did. He's a murderer. I have no love for what he did. Rest in peace to Odin Lloyd and anybody else that was affected by his shit. But I still think that knowing about CTE and getting help for all of those triggers and these players, like you just had a rookie just retire this past week. Not a rookie. Luke Kuechly.
Yeah.
Luke Kuechly just retired this week, and I think it's for that reason. You know how many concussions Luke has been out the last few years? You know what I'm saying? To wake up and not know where you're at, that shit has to be scary. You know what I'm saying? I wake up and have bad heartburn and I feel like I'm having a heart attack. I've never had that shit before, until the last 2 years. I know how that shit affects me. I could only imagine some shit like that with not knowing where I'm at or fighting those type of demons. So, guys like that are getting help now, but it's thanks in part to the Junior Seau's and the Aaron Hernandez of the world and other players that have given their brains to be not operated on, but research as far as CTE. So it's just a factor. It's not absolving. That's what I took from it.
100%. That's exactly where I'm going down. It's not the end all, but it is something that could treat. Man, you can't deny when they showed that man brain to a normal brain that something else was going on inside that dude's head. He had a hole probably like
the size
that
of a
big
quarter
in his head.
So
I saw the brain.
So what else do you think about his the other dynamic that I thought was great? Not great, but interesting was how his old lady stuck by him
through and through.
Yeah,
even with the family issues.
Yeah, she was on some little Bow Wow for real.
I can. She do look like little Bow Wow.
Look just like him. Look just like little Bow Wow. All right. Anyways, so with the CTE part of it, like I said, let me. Where is that? I'm not saying the CTE isn't real. I just feel like it is basically made out to be this big, bad, scary monster. I think he had enough going on in his life to explain irrational behavior.
Hold the mic up, son.
I think he had enough going on in his life to explain irrational behavior. I think he had enough stuff that he was going on to explain the foolishness that he did. Aaron Hernandez did not come from a troubled, impoverished lifestyle. He grew up in Bristol, Connecticut.
Both parents, but
both parents don't mean that everything good because both parents can be screwed up. You can just get double screwed with two parents sometimes.
Speaking of, I'm gonna let you finish your point, but hit on the mom's relationship after the father died.
Yeah, with the cousin's husband, and so all that stuff plays a huge role in what's going on. With the Odin Lloyd case, I feel like there's more to that case than what came out. I do feel like he had a huge part of it. It's, as crazy as it sounds, I don't think his dumb ass pulled the trigger, but I think he was sitting there when they did. I just I can't put when I put the logic behind the situation. Here you are being who you are. You got two goons who hanging with you who usually in that situation the goons do the dirty work. I think he was the dumbest criminal in the world. That you went and you hit him a mile away from your house. He was
dumb for a reason.
Celebrated
Let's
on your
not
home
forget Ray
video.
Carew.
Huh?
Let's not forget Ray Carew.
Ray Carew's up there too.
These stuff that happened before.
That should be the list. That should be our next list. Dumbest criminals of the decade.
But I don't even think he was dumb. I just think he was arrogant.
Yeah.
I just think he was arrogant from the time that he's been getting away with stuff since he went down to play with Florida.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like he was getting away with things because he was one of the best players on the Gators. So I think he just kept getting away with things, and that kind of leads me to my next point. I know we spoke on the family, and we're gonna get to that. Actually, just get to the family part with the mother and how he was talking about how the mom.
And to get to what you were saying, how when the mom and dad separated, but then the mom started a relationship with the cousin's husband, and now they're together. And as a kid, you can't imagine just the dysfunction, how your father left, but then your uncle, cousin, brother-in-law, them moves in. Just that whole dynamic for a child could be completely confusing.
He told her on those
he
phone
said,
calls,
like,
you
hey,
fucked
like,
my life up.
You messed my life up. I feel like that's a cop out by him. I don't believe nobody messed your life up. You got your life. You got to make a decision.
Some people are more equipped to handle those things,
drama than others. Yeah, I agree.
Than others. So
I feel like the documentary was a good documentary because it kind of let you into some things that you may or may not have known. It let you know just how silly of a criminal that it was. I do believe the other guy shot the people in the car. I don't think he just
the old Forrest Whitaker.
Yeah, no, that was when they started breaking that down. Then when the new lawyer started breaking down, man.
Yeah, when they was crossing.
And they should have hired that lawyer for the first case, by the way. He seemed like he was pretty damn good.
Yeah. Well, he got what's the other case that he tried? I forget what
they talk about it in the documentary. I forget the name, but yeah, he got somebody else famous off too.
But I don't know if that makes him a good lawyer or a dirty lawyer, but he's an effective lawyer.
Effective lawyer.
So,
but the fact, like, we're gonna keep on that part. When Robert Kraft came up in there and he hit the stand and he told, hey, this dude was giving me an alibi and I asked for an alibi. You knew he knew something more than what he actually was willing to say.
Of course. And then that's when the defense came back and was like, well, he was there. Well, Robert Kraft said he wasn't there. So you're right.
Perez, when we talked about it briefly before we got on the pod. Let's go down the line with the Patriots on shady dealings.
All this
with these players, like, you know, I don't want to say they're America's team because nobody does in that, but like they get all this respect for being a top flight organization and all these different types of things, but they taking on some characters over the years.
Dante Stallworth after he done had the accident, had the accident and paid him, and then they had I can't remember the name, but it was a lineman. They had the steroid little deal where he was in on helping them get the stop steroids. He was helping distribute, and then when it snitched, and then he got in stopping the steroid ring, but ended up getting off. Still played for him.
Cheating, all the cheating, the deflated footballs, the signs stealing. Like they get for me, man. That organization, the owner himself with his sexual escapades last summer.
Yeah.
Hold on.
And then them finding the house for him so he can go do dirt. Basically, they had somebody on there like, this is the person that's gonna get you a house where you can go do your dirt, and then when you're over here, you're good.
Yeah, you got your goggles on. We about to go deep.
Okay.
They call it the Patriot way, right? That's what they say the Patriots do.
Yeah.
But it really is the patriotic way because that's the way we do shit in this country, foul and dirty. So the Patriot way is the Patriot way. We lie, cheat, and steal. They get players who lie, cheat, and the organization steals.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a true definition of what they do.
Yeah.
Deflategate, the owner with women, the players, Aaron Hernandez. We lie, we cheat, we steal. They lie, they cheat, they steal.
And we win.
And they win. And as a country, America wins.
Hey man, it's
that's I got to say to these people.
It's real because they don't get in trouble. I mean, they get fined, they get a little slap on the wrist. The owner's a billionaire. Okay, I pay that.
But he clearly said that the guy gave him an alibi. before it was even much anything, like before they asked him any questions. So he knew that was wrong. He got on the stand and said that was wrong. So where was his moral compass to go ahead and just like, hey, did this guy? No, you still concerned with winning. You didn't care about those two people that was murdered and your player may have something to do with it. You were going to cover it up just so y'all can keep going to this on that Super Bowl.
All when he asked to be traded because he feared for his life and y'all was just like, no, we're not trading you. How do you care about your personnel when you say trade me because I'm here in Connecticut, I'm not safe.
And then they were just like, move.
Let's get you a new apartment.
Let's move. I mean, you fear for your life. All right, well, move. Like that's gonna solve. You know what I'm saying? Like you're Aaron
like the
Hernandez.
guy can't find you.
Yeah, I'm Aaron Hernandez. I could just move and I can't be, found. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of stuff, man, that was going on. That I mean, it's just unfortunate.
Hey,
all around.
You know what was funny when they cross-examined the black dude on the stand? His whole story just fell apart.
Terrible.
Horrible.
Terrible. Old Forrest Whitaker.
Man, y'all know he can't tell everything up in the streets, man. He can't tell. So he got to keep quiet. So it's easy to pick a hole.
But he's already there.
But he's already stitching. And I thought about that too. I'm like, how you supposed to be one of the roughest, toughest homies in the street? You out here. I'm talking about first 48 snitching before they give you the cold soda.
Yeah, I mean, the street code went out as soon as he got up on that stand and said, I mean, I think he was just trying to take less time because he had so many other cases. Did you listen to the amount of cases that he had pending that they rattled off? So,
and you could tell he had a good little plea deal for
that plea deal was well in play. That's why he was there. It's like, you know what, I ain't getting off on all these charges, but you know what, I really don't rock with you, dog. So at the end of the day, if I can knock off a few years,
but that guy wasn't there for the Odin Lloyd. He was nowhere involved.
True story.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this question though. This goes to show you how, as a country, and then maybe it's just me, when something's interesting, we care about it, and then as it fades away, you kind of forget about it. I completely forgot he hung himself and killed himself. Completely forgot all about it. No,
I didn't forget that because I remember the way he did it. It was like it was kind of still going to be put the NFL or the Patriots on the line to pay his family so his family could get the money. I remember that little portion.
I completely forgot all about it until they said it.
But
so
I think over now they didn't talk about. They never gave out the money. I think they mentioned that they still in court with the money, or did they pay out? I don't know.
No way the Patriots are giving his family no money, knowing what they know about what he did. Ain't no way they'll fight that in court for years to come. But I mean, at the end of the day, how do y'all feel about just him making that move for his family as in general? Like, even knowing what he knows, what the limited amount that he knew, just knowing that, hey, if I kill myself, then my family can be well
I still couldn't kill myself. I may start a fight in jail to get myself killed. I may fight somebody who I know keeps a shank. I may just go piss off the wrong crew. I just can't. Hudrico loves him some Hudrico.
We know.
I mean, the talent just can't take out the talent.
I thought it was
it was noble.
As weird as it sounds.
It was noble.
It was noble, like, that
he knew that what he did, like he wasn't gonna get off on all those, like he was at where he was at, and to still give your family something or attempt to like have them set off was.
And then if he was gay and it was about to come out, I can imagine him trying to be like, okay, this is about to come out. My life's about to be ruined.
But it was a different time. I don't think that it was going to be that big of a deal.
It was.
Nah. Like, come on. We know plenty of other players that.
In the NFL.
They always, like, right after they get out, they're saying it. But we pay it, like you're saying, it's here 1 minute and it's gone and we don't care.
I think it's when you're in.
But he wasn't going to come back to the NFL.
You're right, because he wasn't never getting out of jail.
So,
I mean, there was one player that we had no idea who he was. That was throughout the documentary. He was kind of speaking to how he was gay the entire time he played, but he gained weight just so that he could be unattractive and all that stuff. Like, I mean, he was a nobody. So for me, but to hear his story and how he went through playing, and being in a male-dominated sport where it's all about machismo and stuff like that, I can understand where it would be difficult to come out.
Oh, definitely. I can understand
He's not the first one. He's not going to be the last. I think the old way of thinking is like to say it don't happen or it's not in the league now. You're being naive and stupid. It's somebody that's probably out there like that.
Odell Beckham.
I'm not saying that. I'm not accusing nobody.
And I ain't mad at him.
I'm just saying, like, whoever it is, like, it's a different time.
Maybe he
frame.
listened to the pod. Odell, you want to come on and tell us you ain't?
All I hope, though, that they don't do it again.
Odell.
I just hope that they
talk to me, Odell.
I just hope that they don't subject us to, like, on that draft again. What was the one dude drafted by the Cowboys, and the ESPN stayed way too long with him partying with his family that year. It's like, yeah, I understand. I get what he was like 7th round. I don't really care about this guy. Like, he must end up playing in the league, and they spent way too much time on that story little portion.
Yeah, because he was open with it. Like, all right, like at this point, like,
is the player any good first? That should be first. Is he worth being in the NFL? And then we can say like this other list.
I mean, it's. Yeah, I'll end it with there because I often go back to the, I don't always want to celebrate every time a black person does something because it should be the norm, but it isn't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like, and just in life in general. And then I also don't want to celebrate when the first gay person to do something like, all right, you gay, do your job. Like, I don't care no more. Like, I don't care if you're the first black person to do this. Like, it means something to me, but it shouldn't in this day and age. Like, we're in 2020, as far as just, gays, your heritage and all that stuff like that shouldn't be the first, but it is to be celebrated. And I understand.
I understand where they're coming from.
I understand where they're coming from as well.
Nope. You're a human being. You're achieving something. You achieved it. I'm happy that you achieved it. To me, you being gay doesn't make it more of an achievement. You achieved it. We want to be treated normal. We want to be treated equal, but yet we want to identify when we do something. I think that's whack. When you're the first black pilot, oh, no, you're a pilot. Congratulations, you achieved it. I think that's the great part. Now, being black, I think you've made yourself a role model for young black children out there to see that, hey, people my color and my shade can do this too. Being gay, okay, I don't think you need to say, oh, because I'm gay, that doesn't change it. You still made a great achievement. And when we go way out of bounds to make sure that we push the fact that you did this, it doesn't change the fact that you're a human being. It doesn't change the fact of what you did. The first gay football player, he can be gay as a $2 bill. You know how much work he had to put in? Being gay doesn't make the work any less. Now, it make the ridicule and some of the barriers that he may have to go through and some of the scrutiny and those type things and the harassment he may have to put up with. Yes, of course, I understand that.
Way to recover.
Huh?
I said way to recover because, boy.
You were going off on the TV.
No, but what I'm saying is that I'm not oblivious to some of the things that they have to overcome. But I think when you make it about his sexuality, I think it deters from what you are.